dimension. Bearded warriors. Trapped in an eternity of vapid space. Doomed to wander the galaxy. Broadcasting their nonsense to the void. This is StarCast.
Hi, my name is Chris Roberts, and welcome to StarCast.
Hello, everybody. Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, everybody in the audience, could you hear those guys talking in the background while that intro was going on?
And can you hear us echoing now?
And can you guys hear an echo?
Yes.
You guys hear an
We can
echo?
hear ourselves.
You hear an echo.
Which
Hold
is
on.
awesome.
Hold on. I'm trying to figure out why you're hearing an echo. Do I have it open somewhere, maybe? It's okay. It's off there. Why would you be hearing an echo?
Testing
I
1,
don't
2,
know.
3.
But I don't
it's
hear it
gone.
now.
Yeah, it's gone now.
It's gone?
And
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
gone.
hear it on the stream. So.
Okay, you know what it might have been is I when I brought you up, it might have been still feeding back through a little bit, and then now it's off. Okay.
Gotcha. Took a little time.
Didn't hear anything. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Yeah, tonight we've got Trendane, Bod, and Clifford, a.k.a. Miku. Over there. Nice. All right, what I'm complaining about, not complaining, but trying to figure out is I got a new mixing board, and this week it was able to, for you guys were able to hear the intro. The guys around the cast were able to hear the intro, which they've never been able to do before. And I was able to segregate the audio. What this is meaning is next week, if things go right, knock on wood, we will be able to have callers. We're gonna have callers. You guys will be able to call in for the Q&A section of the show with the new mixing board I got here. If I can get this worked out this week, I didn't want to jump in and do both things at the same time, so we'll do that next time. But yeah, so we're trying to ramp up the stuff. Also, if you guys have any questions, do not put them in chat. No, we won't read them. Just be like, no, shut up, bitches. We are gonna. Now you can make comments, of course, but any specific questions, type in exclamation. I'll do it.
If you do it, then they don't have to.
Yeah. There's a link. It's a bit.ly/StarCast. Okay, it's also on the screen. You can see it right above the chat and the screen. Yes, we will be doing phone call-in sex. So, yes, that'll be handled by somebody.
Should I take my hand away from my mouth when we're talking about sex?
Yeah, the hand-to-mouth.
Because I was just trying to clear my throat.
Well,
Not
there
like
you
in
go.
space or anything.
Giggity.
But just anyway.
But yeah, so if you have any questions, go to that link and put the questions in, and then we'll be able to look at them individually and check them out after you've been entering them in. So have at it. Go ahead and put questions in there. Any questions you have? No, Jerison already broke it. He broke it already.
What's up?
We just got to explaining. Don't do that. What's in your tie?
That's
That's your
this
Miku
is the
tie.
Hatsune Miku tie. So it's got the two little bars like she has, and if you turn it over, you'll actually see her logos on the back.
If you lift it up, can you see what's under her dress?
Well, I can on the.
No, it's okay.
So with the callers,
Mm-hmm.
the phone-in thing, is every other call going to be from Cyberwolf?
It will probably be all calls from Cyberwolf.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm nervous about that, actually.
Just curious.
Yeah. I don't know. All right. Well, let's get started. We got lots of stuff to talk about this week.
Oh, good, because I know nothing.
You know nothing? I
Well,
hear
not
nothing.
nothing. I just I was in the middle of watching Around the Verse when you called.
How far did you get?
Austin.
Yes. Okay. So right up. What do you guys think of the new sort of fly around the planet and show you where everybody's at kind of thing to separate the offices out.
Well, even before then, did you get that first clip when it first started? Is like a newscast.
Yeah, what's up with that? Okay, let's start off with there because that was odd.
Yeah, and it had their lawyer and
Is that who that was? I was like, who's the guy?
Yeah, he's the co-partner. He's at the level of Chris Roberts. He is the partner.
So in this Grand Pyramid scheme that is Star Citizen, he is like one of the top pyramid people.
Yes.
He is either Star or Citizen. We're not sure which he is.
Yeah.
It was very strange. I'm going to go ahead and play it right now on the screen for the folks so they know what the hell we're talking about. It's the
I really
Empire
liked
Report.
it because it
looked like Bod.
in-game lore.
Yeah. Yeah, that was cool.
In-game news, which was cool.
I think they're trying to test out the waters on what they'll do in the actual persistent universe. Actually have where the actual CIG people will probably do something like that.
Yeah, I can see him doing more stuff like that in the future.
Which would be freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's their lawyer, huh?
He looks very different from
Yes.
what he did in the interview.
Yeah, but that's definitely how I recognized him right away.
Cool. Very neat. All right. So yeah, what do you guys think in the audience? Do you like that little thing? Do you like the sort of snippet of lore that comes in?
And chicken satay. I love chicken satay.
Chicken satay, huh?
Mm-hmm. That's what he was talking about. Chicken satay for opening day on the Saddle Bowl.
Oh, that's right, Saddle Ball. Yeah, I heard him talk about Saddle. Yeah.
Yeah, I really did. I liked it. You know, it's kind of one of those things that caught you off guard. Like, what is this
It
around? Yeah, it's surprise. It was a pleasant surprise, really. I mean, you know, and I gotta say, you know, Sandy actually did a good job on that one. she, you know, I could see her doing something like that. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sort of like a news article kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
What's the matter, Trendane?
Sorry, I'm watching the stream.
Yeah.
For me, Ben just presented Sandy with the Valentine's Day thing of Will laid out like one of his French girls on the thing with the
the pirate hat.
And she
Just
says
the
it's
fact that-
nasty.
That's what I was laughing about because it just struck me really funny.
I was like, did she?
Stop talking bad about Will. He's so cute.
Yeah, it's like, did she really just do that? I mean, she just butt sometimes. I'm just like, you know, because I'm pretty sure she got a little bit of flack from the citizens about that. You know, why do you gotta hit? You know, why can't you say, oh man, that's funny? Instead, how she said it was like, it sounded like her true feelings, like she wasn't kidding. It was like, it came out bluntly, and I was just like, damn, girl, don't hold nothing back.
Bluntness saves time.
I guess most people liked it. All right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and close this here. I guess we can start talking about the Roundiverse stuff. Oh, that was kind of a pretty cool picture that guy drew of the pet shop.
Oh yeah, with the
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Okay, let's close that.
But I wouldn't have voted on that one. It didn't have one of the cages didn't have a pug in it, so I ain't gonna...
So back to the using the I actually liked the planetary thing that they showed, like they're flying around Earth and showing where the different offices was, because I think it helps to show just how big the overall game is. You know, some people in their mind are like, oh, it's all taking place in California. Oh, Texas, that's right next to California. You know, I mean, they don't get the scale of just how spread out everything is, and trying to get all these different companies to work together is a little bit like juggling cats.
Yeah.
which I really advise against. Don't do that. Don't
Don't juggle cats. No.
Yeah,
But
the
yeah,
news
I-
kind of.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to say the news felt more. It felt more real to me with them, rather than having those guys reading off a piece of paper. You know what I mean? You get the studios actually telling you what they've been up to.
Right.
I hope they kind of keep up.
Yeah,
with
matter of fact, I probably should have left it up because I could show that what we're talking about for those who hadn't seen the show yet.
Yeah, around and it was so funny when I was listening to it. It's like, I guess my one cue is like when they're like zooming in. It's like if you have subwoofers, it was vibrating the room because you're like flying down to the sub. It's like damn.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah. It was. I can see great things coming out of them doing that.
I kinda liked it.
It'll put it back on the level of what people kind of missed from Wingman's Hangar. You know, getting down to the nitty gritty of getting face to face, you know, one-on-one time with the studios. I'd say later down the road, upgrade y'all's mics and upgrade a standardized mic that they could set up real quickly, like a shock mount or something, shock mic.
Well,
And
yeah, I agree. Some of them, but they weren't that bad.
yeah, and the overlays were okay, but I think WTF could probably do better.
Well, what I like, we're looking at one of the overlays right now. What I'd like to have seen is maybe thin it up a little. I kind of like they had the little green, like horizontal lines in there to make it look like it was like a transmission, like a video transmission. But the overlay is so thick that it does block quite a bit of it.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, if they're doing quick videos, definitely some kind of portable, better mic, I would say, definitely.
Yeah.
If they start doing this on a regular basis.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, so let's move on to some actual stuff here. Still not a single question from anybody, huh? Weird. Wonder if it's working. I don't know. Let's see here. Where'd it go? I lost it. I've lost it. My little notes.
No.
All right, I guess we're done. Good night,
We're done,
everybody.
No, really, where's it go? That's my... No. I closed that one. No, damn it.
Close the wrong tab.
I'm clicking all kinds of tabs now trying to find it. Close the... Oh, God. All right, hold on. Oh. Well, you know what? Screw it. I already watched the show like 3 times, so I guess I can't open up Skype to find it. So I've got no way for you to get it to me. Oh, actually, I know. Well, actually, here, Clifford, just go to the question thing and put it in there for me, please.
Oh, okay.
Because I can't open up Skype right now. It screws up
put it
everything.
in Twitch?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah, no. Okay. So if you guys are just coming here for the first time, type in questions on the question form now, because it actually helps us out if you do them on that question form.
Yeah, Berserker. I mean,
well, there's a couple people that have done it so far, and we're not getting. The reason for it is the new layout I've got. I can't look at Skype at all except for the pictures of the guys, and so I can't look at any of the.
Oh, us guys.
Yeah, I can't look at any
What are you
questions that
doing?
people would put in there. So the reason we're using the form because it's yeah.
The RSI Museum post is up. Mr. James Cutts, what does that mean?
Question: why do I read this? I don't know.
It's the posted. I think it was talking about the old Underworld games today with Richard Garriott and
Oh, yeah.
what's his name? The other guy whose name I don't remember, because he was the lesser known one compared to Richard Garriott. He was talking about the history back in Origin, back in those days, one of the old posts.
Yeah.
He said something about it on the Roundiverse, didn't he? It was coming up.
Yeah, they're really trying to help him out, promote it.
Well, the post is up, but the video in the post is private, so they've not made it public.
Because we have no concerns. Well, I guess, do you want to just dig into the news then, I guess, or?
Well, I would love to read the news off, but I still don't have that in the post. I guess it's not working. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe no, it's not working. That's why people are...
Freeform podcast. Woo!
Yeah, Freeform Podcast.
Yeah.
All my notes are gone. The reason I'm having a hard time, guys, is we have notes, and I have notes. I'm trying to get to them, and none of the questions that you guys are putting in, I don't see any. I'm just gonna real quick. I guess the thing got broke. Did you guys put a question in the thing?
Me? No, I haven't typed anything in there.
Yes,
Well, because I've already asked you, Clifford, if you would put the link.
I just did.
To the,
Oh,
Put a
yeah.
link in there.
I had put a link in Twitch.
No, not on Twitch.
Yeah, I just did it on that form, and it says
Oh, okay.
your
that
response has
link.
been recorded,
Okay.
but
It's not
I
showing up
see.
in the form.
I see what you're saying. That deal.
Technical difficulties, everybody. Sorry about that. It's broken. It's broken.
it's broke it.
All right. Well, Bod, if you could do the favor for me, and then just every time somebody asks a question in chat, then
Welcome to impromptu.
Yeah. So Cyber will put 5 or 6 questions in. Why is it broken? All right. Why don't you guys do that for just a minute?
That's a
I will
good
try to
question.
fix it. What's that?
That's a good question. Why is it broken?
Yeah, that's a good question. You guys go ahead and talk for a minute. Just go ahead and see if you can talk about something, and I'll try to fix this because.
Okay, well, let's see here. Let's see, what was good news about the ships? Let's see here, ship news. Okay, we already know about, they were talking about the rework of the bottom turrets of the Constellation, because they were having to fix that because of the new body sizes and everything. They're trying to get it all ramped up for the multi-crew ship. We kind of already knew that. Of course, they talked about the...
I found them.
You did?
Well, it put them in down at the bottom of the page. Like, if you scroll way down, they're at number like 44, 45.
So maybe they started at the number the last one finished.
I guess
last
so.
week.
Okay.
I was just gonna.
That's
So
probably-
we're gonna have to purge the queue every time we do
Well,
that?
that's what I was thinking. We purged it, but I guess we don't have to purge it. I'm sorry, everybody. Sorry. Yeah.
Good night, huh?
Yeah. Okay, we're fine now. We're good. We got my notes. We got Clifford's notes. We're all set.
We got a question from cult member 00002. They're coming out.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm not seeing the questions.
They're at the
pop up
bottom.
on mine.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
I see now.
yeah, let's talk about the Constellation. Bottom of the Constellation is being reworked for visibility issues being done in Austin by Josh and Chris.
I mean, I'm very happy to hear that they're starting working on it, especially having a Phoenix which doesn't have a bottom turret where it should have. So that means that we're going to see it soon, right? They're working on it. Because they've said, like last August, yeah, it should have a bottom turret. It'll come. And every time I get in there, I see this floor, and I think, where's my turret?
Where's my sexy
It's going. They're working.
turret for my sexy ride?
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's good to hear they're working on it. Maybe that means the other little bugs and stuff in those ships will be sorted out.
They still haven't put my Trendane
That's okay,
dancing
they're
pole
ready.
in there yet.
Your what?
Nothing.
Optional.
Oh, dancing pole. I see.
So, what's up with the Orion?
Soon.
Yeah,
People want it.
this coming Friday.
It's concept sale happening. Right?
Yeah, concept sale. I cannot wait.
And somewhere around $350 or something.
Yeah, 300 to 350, I think, is what they're shooting for. Keep it in that range.
Has anybody seen any? Let me look and see if I can find any concept.
Because
art.
they said it was a little bit, was it double the length or maybe a length and a half of the Connie, but also wider, a lot wider. Because Chris saw the first iteration of it and he said it was too skinny. He wanted it wider. The length was fine, but he wanted it a lot wider. So I think it's double the size of the Connie, but in length and width.
Are these these are Rax concept arts. Never mind. I thought I was like, oh, that looks pretty good, but there's something somebody came up with.
But yeah, that's good to hear. Can't wait to see what because who was the bot? Who's the guy that's working on that concept? What ship did he work on, and what was it? The Matrix? He worked on some of the ship art in the Matrix and stuff. I think.
I don't remember.
I'm trying to remember. Somebody had mentioned. I think he had did some. I think it was the Matrix. He did a lot of the ships that was in the Matrix. I think he's the one that has concept in the Orion.
All right. Come on, put up a new poll. Is $350 too much for a medium ship on Star Citizen?
I don't know. How much was the Phoenix bond when it came out?
400. Well, 400 is a package.
Okay, 400 as a package. Now, Orion, if it's at 350, that's a pretty good price. Especially
You're thinking about the size as well.
Yeah, especially go ahead. Well,
it's just bigger, isn't it? So.
Yeah, that and as far as what they detailed us, that you're going to have pretty intricate jobs to do on that vessel.
Yeah. So it's bigger and specialist. It's more like the Reclaimer, isn't it? Which is also a bigger ship that's specialist. And that was about 350 as well, wasn't it? I think that was 350, wasn't it?
I think it was 6. I thought it was 6.
The Reclaimer.
Yeah, the Reclaimer. I thought was.
I didn't pick 6 for my Reclaimer. No.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe not then.
I'm sure I didn't.
No, the Reclaimer wasn't that much. I think it was.
Okay, maybe it was 350 then. 350.
Yeah, but that's much bigger than the Orion's expected to be.
Yeah.
So, with the Phoenix, if it gets too old, does it just burst into flame and
And
then
it comes right back.
come right back?
Mhm.
Does your cargo go flitting off into space when that happens? Do you have to recollect it after that?
Something like that.
Planning ahead.
I think so. So yeah, the reclaimer was 350. Right better.
Right back.
So I don't know. I think I don't know. I think 350 is a big chunk of change for a lot of people.
Yeah,
About right
Yeah.
price wise.
It's
but
almost
man,
my
it's
rent for a month.
Yeah.
but it's gonna have a refinery built into it. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
no telling what type of mining tools it's gonna come with it.
And if you've been waiting
also
for it for a
drones.
while, then you could melt down some of your other ships and sort of.
And also, like we know about the shoeing mining platform, you know, you don't necessarily have to get the Orion because I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to have fun getting in. I'm pretty sure you can rent out probably those crabs that they showed and help the mining, you know, the Shubin mining facility to basically work for them and go mining on the asteroids and help load up their vessels or whatever ships they have there. So, I mean, you know, people could, you know, learn the aspects of how to mine and work towards getting the Orion in the verse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. I mean, mining should be fairly lucrative, so you could probably make your money back.
As long as you don't work in the Stanton system, yes.
What's up with the Stanton system?
That's where ArcCorp is
Mhm.
based and everything, and slavery is very, very common there.
So you might end up with some sort of.
Well, you might not be, getting any money to save up for your Orion at all. You'd probably just be shackled to a wall, mining borite for the rest of your life.
It could be. Yeah, so a majority of the people, at least the 23 people who answered the poll, said that 350 is too much for a medium ship. So, I
So what do you
agree.
think?
I kind of agree.
250?
250, yeah. I think like something like an Idris, I think, an Idris should have been somewhere around maybe the $500 range, and then.
Well, and also I could see them needing to lower the price too, especially with the VAT now in effect for a lot of people. I mean, I don't mind. I've been paying taxes since day one, but for like Bod and a lot of them, I could see them maybe they should have probably dampened the blow on that one,
Mhm.
knowing that the VAT is out. I tend to forget that too. So it's going to be a lot harder for people to get that ship if they really want it right now.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel for those crowd.
But for, I say this week in and week out, they keep the prices high because we're silly enough to pay them.
True. And, people will have a chance again at the fall sale to purchase it. It just won't have LTI.
Right.
Which ain't really, it's pittance compared to the grand scheme of things.
All right. We'll move on, but I'm going to do another poll real quick. Somebody just said, what's a good range for a ship?
And yes, Clifford, it was The Matrix, and he's also done work he did designs for Cloud Atlas, Elysium, and Jupiter Ascending, which is currently out at the cinemas over here.
Oh, wow.
George Hole.
That's awesome.
I was looking at concepts on his website. He's got concepts, a lot of ships he's done for Jupiter Ascending. They look freaking huge.
Yeah, see, I just, I love it that they're getting talent like that this open development is this, it brings in so much talent that they could freely contract out to.
Yeah, they've been getting quite a lot of people like that have been doing a lot of concepts for movies, and that's really good. To see them wanting to come and get in on this project as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I would fetch so far say it is also because of Chris and his connections with Hollywood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't seen Jupiter. Well, it's not out yet, is it?
Yes, it is.
Is it? Oh.
It's at the cinema now.
Is it? Oh, shoot.
It's here anyway. I don't know about where you are.
Yeah, so anybody seen it yet?
It started today, I think, over here. So it's this week.
Has anybody seen it yet? I don't know.
Oh,
Looks pretty good.
Since we were talking about the constellation, there was something they mentioned on Reverse to Verse that would go, I guess, good with the Connie. It was the Merlin. They talked more detail about the Merlin, about the rework of it, getting the engines ready to go,
Mm-hmm.
redoing the metal on the outside, making it, I can't wait to fly the Merlin. I've always wanted to fly the Merlin way more than the M50.
Are you serious?
Yes, I think the
Is
Merlin
it just
looks
the
badass
long ass
looking.
nose on it, or?
Yeah, it just looks badass. It looks like like one of them power boats that you would see.
Yeah, it kind of does.
it's just, I don't know. I liked it. I love the design of it. It was awesome. If it was up to me, shoot, I would take that ship and like the Idris, and I would fill them up with a bunch of those, and then all of a sudden the Idris opens up and all of these Merlins just start flying out, these light fighters.
Yeah, and the good thing I liked about that as well is that I think they said Elwyn's working on it, who did the beta, and he's working on redoing the Merlin, and I liked what he did with the beta. Yeah, it's going to be good.
And isn't there 2 versions of the Merlin, right? Or
We got the Archimedes is the one that the Phoenix has. So
Okay,
I think they said they're going to when the Merlin's done, they're going to take it and beef it up a little bit to make it into the Archimedes.
cool.
Oh, I can't wait.
And it will have a death ray.
But yeah,
Oh, as long as I get leather seats in the Archimedes, in the luxury one, I get leather seats.
Yeah, I should have broken up by 100, 200, 300. I'm sorry. I was just quickly trying to write the poll and stick it up there.
No, that's fine. I just thought it would be a good segue to mention since we're talking
No,
about
no. I was the ranges I put here were just too. Everyone's like 150 to 300 because they're thinking probably 200 would have been better. So it's okay. Close enough. We'll move on.
Okay.
All right. Next thing. Squadron 42 news. Let's go into to look at that. Finally going to get an AC tutorial.
Yeah, for the noobs. We must teach them.
Well, I kind of resemble that remark.
Well, it would be. It's been a long time waiting. We really needed it for people who are just now, because this might be the first game that they're getting into that they ever thought about actually using a HOTAS.
Yeah, true. I'm more concerned with. I think this is just my own opinion. I think when first-person shooter module comes around, we're going to see a lot of new people joining in for Star Citizen, because it's just something more people are kind of connected with. Running around Call of Duty, that's easier to jump into Star Citizen, at least play that portion of it. They don't need a HOTAS. They don't need to do any kind of special computer setups. WASD, left and right mouse button, spacebar probably, and then just play.
Yeah, and what's good about that, Domo, is also, us who will like flying the ships, these people who don't want to do flying at all, hey, we need you, bud. You can crew our ships, the people who want to do other things other than flying or even touch flying.
Okay, so that raises a question for me. What then, if you've got people who want to almost exclusively do FPS stuff, I mean, they have to buy a ship package to get into the game, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they'll have to buy at least one ship. Now, that may turn some people off if they don't want to fly at all and all they want to do is FPS. It would be like people who, with Eve, if they want to do FPS, they play Valkyrie. So they're tied into the Eve universe, but they're playing a completely separate game that doesn't involve flying these ships anywhere. And so I find myself wondering, I mean, how much is there going to be for them to do once the FPS module hits? Is there going to be a huge influx of people from Valkyrie who are, not Valkyrie, Dust 514, sorry. Valkyrie's the fighter thing one. People who are like, oh my God, they've got the FPS thing going in Star Citizen, let's go check it out. And people come over and they've exhausted all of their, possible playable content in the FPS module within a day or two. And they're gonna be like, this sucks, because they're not thinking that it's, alpha, and it's not done, you stupid sack. It's just, and they're gonna start screaming that it sucks and go off on their way. I'm not saying don't release the first person module at all. I'm saying that it needs to be made incredibly clear that this is a limited amount of content it's nowhere near finished. It's just, we're putting it out here so you can see what it's going to be like and play around with it if you want. But don't go into it looking at it like it's a complete thing.
I can sort of see where you come from, Trendane, and we've been talking about this all along because we're getting a little roboty here. We froze Trendane. Well, while he's doing that, with something we've been having for all year back, problem we've been having all along is that because this is coming out in a modular fashion, we're always like, oh, please, for the love of God, don't look at the arena commander and think this is the whole game. And oh, please, for the love of God, don't look at the racing and think this is the whole game. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of the same thing that's happening with this particular one, with the first-person shooter module. nothing against Carnage or any of these guys over there, but I can see seeing the first-person shooter module and be like, hey, I actually can play this. Let me jump in and do this now. And it might increase Star Citizen's notoriety a little bit and maybe get a little bit more coverage, maybe to the detriment of the game. I don't know, but I think overall people will probably get it.
See, but I think that's also the solution to the problem, is that when people like Ko and Elohim and whoever are playing the thing, if CIG contacts them and says, when you're doing this, could you please make a note to occasionally let people know that this is not the whole thing? Because people listen to Elohim, they listen to Ko. They could effectively become, I don't want to say ambassadors, but at least they could be, a voice in this darkness of, oh my God, it sucks. To sit there and say, no, calm down. This is this is the blank canvas that we're just starting to paint on. We're just getting a look at this thing in the process of coming out. I think it would behoove CIG to kind of partner up sort of with, or at least, open a dialogue with him to say, when you're doing this, please make sure that you note the fact to your audience that this is not the completed game at all. And so I think that would solve a lot of the problem right there.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts there, Cliffy?
Me? Really? I love FPS. I don't see too much of a problem other than, being, clear that this, is just a portion, but also to give people even more information of, well, if you're not going to be flying around, you still need a starter ship to be able to fly to certain locations, but that doesn't necessarily you have to go fly anywhere. We'll have, because they said that they were talking about esports. They might actually have, battle royale tournaments in the verse to earn credits and become like the gladiator of the arena or whatever they create. Just like racing, there'll be, people that will eventually become superstars in the Star Citizen verse of being these badass racers, and even to the extent to where, say some like Ko, for instance. Okay, say he becomes this badass racer. Well, now with all the icons he could actually put on his ship, he could actually advertise Ko and stuff. And if they actually take snippets of the ship and put that on the television where people are sitting in bars getting picking up quests to go do stuff, they'll see Ko's advertisement. He won the race, and they'll see his ship. They'll see Ko's plastered all over his ship of advertising, and it could open up all kinds of possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
I just think they just need to convey that this is, there's other avenues for y'all in Star Citizen when it all comes together in the far future. Play it now for what it is, but don't lead people astray of what the whole picture is, I guess.
And people sitting in the bar betting on who's going to win while they watch the event live.
This is interesting because I started the poll up thinking it was going to be completely one-sided, where do you want to see large streamers playing FPS module for the first time? I thought everyone was going to say yes. In my opinion, I thought, why not? It does. But the majority are saying no. And so I'm kind of curious in the audience if you could explain. Are you on their side, Bod? Do you want to?
Yeah,
Okay, so yeah, tell us what you think.
If we're talking large streamers that normally play it, the two examples you used were Elo and Ko.
Yeah,
they're not FPS gamers, but I can see them jumping on it because if the FPS comes out and it's really popular, I can see them jumping in on it. But they don't normally play that type of game, so there's no. But for other guys, guys that do a lot of FPS, say guys like Jack Frags, who's really big on YouTube with FPS, guys like that, I would expect to play it, and I would welcome those. If they're FPS gamers, I would welcome them, but not big streamers that don't play FPS. They should stay away. Honestly, I hope so.
Are you because you're a streamer too, Bod? So actually, all of us here are.
I'm looking forward to the FPS module.
Are you
more so than what we have now?
Do you feel that it might be kind of the whole situation that happened with H1Z1, where a small minority of people really supported the game in the beginning, and then when the big streamers came in, they basically stomped the rest of the smaller streamers and crushed them to where they weren't getting any viewers, and then they used the game up and then left and went somewhere else, and then the small streamers were sort of sitting there swirling around going, what just happened? You kind of feel it's like that because we've been supporting Star Citizen for so long.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'd probably see more of that when we get the PU beta coming in, if you know what I mean. When there's more to it, I can see a lot of those bigger guys jumping in on it more because there's a lot more for them to do. But they're probably not going to stick around, are they? So I don't think they are. But it's going to be. It could be similar to H1Z1, as you said. You know.
I mean, Cole went off on, just as an example, he went off on H1Z1 the very first night because he was having a hard time, and I think he might have been partially drunk, I don't know, but he blew up on it, and I think after that had happened, his influence swayed a lot of people into thinking that the game was screwed up and broken. He eventually changed. He said, I'm sorry, that was, I was just pissed off because I've been sitting for 8 hours trying to get into the game, and it's hard to keep people, he had like 15,000 people, keep them entertained for 8 hours when he can't get into the game. So yeah, I get that it's, it has the potential to, if they get in to play Star Citizen and it's the FPS module and something crashes or they float off through a wall or something like that over and over again, that they could be like, what, screw this, Star Citizen sucks, and then it would hurt the game in a converse way.
And obviously, with it being alpha, you're going to see that more often, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I can see that as well. However, the balance point to that needs to be that if these people are going to be, doing the same, they are becoming a serious voice in the gaming community. I mean, their opinion carries a tremendous amount of weight. And if they are going to be putting their opinion out there like that, they need to account for the fact that these games are not finished. Mm-hmm. This is not what the end game is going to be like. It's got to be optimized. There's got to be all this stuff. It's got to be finished, or as close to it as it will ever get. But I mean, in my opinion, streamers need to take that part into account and express that fact if they want to be able to retain any level of whatever the word is that I'm looking for that I can't think of right now. I don't want to say respect because that's not it. But I don't know. I forgot. I've lost the thread of where I was going.
But yeah, I would. I'm with Bot. I would really like to see the streamers who have really championed space games from the very beginning be shown in the limelight versus people who don't really play space games, but they get into it because they have these huge numbers. Mm-hmm. I don't want to see, like you said, Domo, them being, the streamers who really wholeheartedly, passionate about space sims get stomped out.
Well, unfortunately, it's going to happen. There's nothing we can do about it. When the game gets closer to release, the larger streamers will pick it up, and.
Now, what would be good, what would behoove like Co or Elheim is if they play it for a while, then promote the people who are going to continually promote like Bod and Baron and WTF and people who constantly play Elite Dangerous stuff, saying, hey, guys, I'm going to be stepping away from this game now. We've had our fun with it, or I've had as much fun as I am going to have with it as in its current state. But go check out these streamers. They're really passionate, and they will continue to play it until it's in the game finished. Mm-hmm. And really promote those people. That way, the people who really want to see it and continue watching it, they'll have a place to go.
Yeah, exactly.
And to balance that equation, if you're one of those people that they promote, when you're done streaming, raid the guy who promoted you.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, and me being first time actually meeting Elheim and Co. and all the big streamers and Dan's game, they're very nice people. They're very down to earth, and I think if some people actually came to them and talked to them about it, that they would in the end promote other streamers for that specific game after they were done with it. But it's got to be the other little streamers come in and take that first step to actually not be scared and ask them, hey, Co, after you're done, can you kind of push some of the people who like this space sim to our channel so that we can continue to promote the game and they can see its progress as it keeps going until you come back to it.
Yeah, the main reason we're bringing this up right now, guys, is because the FPS module is coming in, and if you're just getting here, I see our numbers have picked up quite a bit recently, is that FPS module is probably these previous modules, the Arena Commander and the Racing, you required a little bit of practice and also knowing how to set up a HOTAS, which is not an easy feat and something you don't really want to do live. Trust me, I've done it. and I've lost my shit more than once. So but FPS, everyone knows how to do it. You get in, you run WSD, spacebar, mouse buttons. So we're thinking that soon, when the FPS module comes out, that there's going to be a huge influx of streamers that normally would never stream this game jumping in once they see that, oh my god, I can play FPS in this? Sure, let's do it. I don't know what Star Citizen is, but hey, it's FPS, let's go do it. So yeah, that's
Do you think the FPS module will have a different name, much like we have Arena Commander, or will it be part of Arena Commander?
What was Arena Commander called before it was Arena Commander? You guys remember?
The hangar?
No.
Nice.
It was the. See, now I just had a brain fart. I remembered when I asked the question. Dogfighting module. Yes, dogfighting module. Yeah, it was a dogfighting module. Then it became Arena Commander. And it took a while for us to kind of, because I still to this day still call it dogfighting module sometimes.
Well, I mean, the FPS module will be Arena Commander still. I mean,
It's going to be linked to it, isn't it? So
yeah, it's
it's
going to
linked in
be
some way.
because you're not actually, you're going into this digital
It's
realm.
still a holograph, basically.
Yeah.
Sometimes in the chat, people all have different colors for their names. And this weirdest thing just happened. Everybody typed in rainbow. It was like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. It was like a perfect green. Anyway, I digress. All right, let's move on, I guess. Let's start talking a little bit about the some of the other stuff that we talked about. Well, let's talk. We're still talking about FPS. Let's talk about some of the things they mentioned. They're working on a weapon sway. So, like, if you're running really fast with your gun out in real life, you're hauling ass running down a road with a gun. You stop and pull up to shoot. You're not going to have the perfect aim. Your arm is going to be moving up and down because your heart's racing, your adrenaline's pumping. So you're not going to have this nice smooth. So they've got that. Whereas you're running down the road, you're running to not the road, but you're running through the space station, and you stop and pull up to shoot. It's going to be sort of moving around a little bit so your pulse goes down. I think that's kind of a neat concept.
Yeah.
They specifically mentioned, having to control your breathing, which makes me think that there's going to be a button for that. And I imagine that the longer you try to do that, the more unsteady you're going to become because your body is trying to breathe. Which for me kind of harkens back to the dogfighting module as well, because you pull a bunch of G's, and this I think is the difference for me between the dogfighting module and what it would be like if you could simulate it in real life, because you're sitting at a keyboard and your pilot is blacking out, but you are still in control of your faculties.
Right.
So they need to simulate a way that your controls don't work right anymore because you are blacking the hell out.
Oh, dude, I totally got it. I got it. Totally. Okay, here's what you do. They make another peripheral. Clifford loves peripherals, right?
Oh, yes.
Another peripheral. It's a thing that goes around your neck. And as you're flying and you start having G blackout, it starts choking you. Yeah. And then you black out, and then it lets go. It has like an emergency release. Oh my God, don't do that. You're choking me. But I think that would probably add to the realism. I mean, we're all going for the realism here. You got the Oculus Rift on. You've got the, not the track IR. It's the leap motion or whatever, the thing where your hands.
Yeah, and you can get a vibrating chest. You can
the vibrating chest thing, and you got the neck choker. All this stuff just adds to the realism.
And you need the emotive epoch as well. If you can build that in to the thing so that it reads your brain scan, and then it just stops reading it after a while, and you're just like, yeah. And then we could call it, 50 Shades of Star Citizen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've never read 50 Shades of Grey, and you just said that, and somebody in the audience just asked me if I read it. I have not. Is that part of that book?
There's an asphyxiation section too.
Well, why not? Women need that stuff too. Okay.
Whoa, oh,
yeah.
2. All right. I didn't hear the word 2. I was like, hang on. Okay.
But I think this will basically add a new dynamic to the game. I mean, because we all know that the CryEngine,
not the choker thing,
not the choker thing.
Yeah.
CryEngine is built for FPS, and them adding this dynamic of the breathing, the swaying, not the fastest or the most quickest is going to win the game. It's going to be, you're going to have to play smart, very smart, and think way ahead before you act in any given situation in FPS, I think. That's including crouching. I mean, they even said that, you're going to be able to crawl in duct systems, and then the 0G is going to add even more depth to that. So you don't know where, because if you're in 0G, somebody might be upside down on the hallway and you're looking straight and there's somebody right above you just aiming down with a gun and fixing to blow your head off. You know?
Absolutely.
That's why we have the battle spear to test that stuff. Because they said yesterday around the first. This is one thing that this threw me off a little bit. Is they mentioned that it's going to be the battle sphere and Gold Horizon Station. Those are the two. I don't know if it's two maps they're going to have in the FPS module. So the battle sphere obviously is the endless game arena, and I can't see that being nothing but just zero-G dogfighting, like deathmatch, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the Horizon Station sounds like a space station, so that might be what they had at PAX.
Probably what you're seeing there.
And we have a bit more tactic there. So they're very two different maps there for two different modes. You're going to see very different play styles there. But
now this is the Battlesphere, as we talked about before, completely ripped off from Ender's Game.
And what was neat is that they were, that I caught when they were talking about that bot, also that they're implementing the procedural generation to the grabbing effect. When you're grabbing walls, it's like procedurally generated to grab onto things. I don't know how that works, but instead of actually
I think it's more of a procedural. I don't know if it's procedural generation. I think it's more of a procedural system, meaning that when you go up to the wall, instead of your hand doing the same two, hand motion, it kind of grasps at the wall in sort of a randomized fashion. Is what I kind of got.
That is something I looked up right before the show.
Did you know? Okay, tell us about it.
Because they keep talking about, there'll be like a bunch of IK, and I'm like, what the hell is IK? So I had to go and look it up. It's inverse kinematics.
Oh, yeah.
Which basically is kind of a thing in robotics where you set up a program so that all you have to do is animate this end of a series of joints and this end of a series of joints, and all the joints in between react the way that they should.
Oh, wow.
So that's part of the crumple effect. Like when you hit something and you crumple, IK is part of what causes. So
your forearm doesn't go through your shoulder and sort of weird stuff like that. Yep. Let's see. There we go. All right. Let's see what other stuff was on our thingy here. Okay. Next thing.
It's a lot of math, Gorlock says. That's why I'm out. Thank you. No. Done.
They're working on the new armor system. Is that the armor system that they were talking about before, where it's going to be layered armor? You could buy a T-shirt, a thong, and you put all this stuff on, and it sort of adds to the armor over time. Like you got your T-shirt on underneath your armor vest, and you got your armor vest underneath your flight suit, and each layer adds a different piece of armor. It's coming from that game. The Warhorse Studio game.
Yeah.
Deliverance.
Warhorse.
Deliverance.
It's Warhorse Studios. You got it right.
Yeah.
Warhorse. But you speaking of that Domo, they actually finally, because they hadn't brought it up, mentioned, but Ben finally on Reverse did mention again, quote unquote, we are working closely with Warhorse on the suits and everything, how everything layers out and everything. They are using their system.
Yeah. Drew was saying is a game developer. He worked. Which game did you work on? I think it was Assassin's Creed, right, Drew? So he knows all about the IK.
He doesn't know a damn thing. So the I love you. Stop that thing. That's close to the.
Yeah, that thing. Trendane will not go near.
Yeah.
Pasties, nipple pasties might actually add some armor too. They might be.
See, now what I'm wondering is, you mentioned a T-shirt and a thong, and I find myself wondering, if you don't wash it for an extremely long period of time, does the armor rating go up as it gets crustier and crustier?
Why not? Right. Especially the thong.
I'm trying not to think about that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And bad news, Baron. Thanks.
And I'm kind of curious, Domo, on this layer system. If like say Bod's in a heavier armor setup, okay, and he gets blasted in the chest. Well, it's damaged. Can he press his chest and it'll decouple off of him, and then he'll have his other layer, and then he's lighter now. Now he can move quicker.
Yeah, that sounds very reasonable. I mean, that's kind of what they were working on with the Warhorse Studio stuff. If you had a set of cloth armor, you're much more maneuverable and able to get around easier. And then as soon as you put the plate mail on, it slowed you down, but you of course had more armor. So I think they've kind of worked that in.
And they're already working on that with the ships. When you put a bunch of cargo in your ship, it changes the center of balance and alters how the ship moves and how agile it can be. So there's no reason not to do it in the FPS as well.
Sorry, I boiled down. I'm trying to stay away from too much vapidity. But nipple pasties always catch my eye. Yeah. All right, persistent universe stuff. Let's talk about that real quick, and then we can start our Q&A time.
Are we doing a giveaway?
At the top of the hour.
That's like 8 minutes away. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna give away that new swag piece for the
Schwab?
what
Yes,
was
the
it?
Gladius.
The Gladius
It looks very nice.
thingy. Yeah.
All right, sorry.
All right, that's okay. They are currently working on the redesign of the next Delmar Levski landing zone. So I kind of have a little bit of a contact of Nick's Trendane, our lore guy. Could you tell us a little about Nick's Delmar Levski? Do you know a little bit about Nick's
Not
NYX
much.
system? Okay, sorry.
Well, I mean,
on you.
it's it's not much of a system
Okay.
per se. It's more of just kind of like an asteroid field around a star.
Yeah, that's why he was describing it as an asteroid field.
Yeah, it's a big old derelict mining
I was gonna say
operation.
derelict mining operation. There's
Yeah,
really not
yeah.
much there anymore, except for pirates and a bunch of people who are extremely down on their luck and trying to start all over again.
Yeah.
And they turned this into a pirate empire, basically.
So they're working on the redesigning that.
Delamar, yeah, that's the name of the place.
Delamar, yeah. They're starting the concept clothing for NPCs. Does anybody know if they're going to be doing a procedural generation for clothing for the NPCs, meaning that they'll have like 50 different outfits, and then you can pick that the NPCs will sort of randomly pick and choose what they're going to wear that day, kind of thing. They come out
And do they then go shopping?
and do they go
get new
shopping? And
clothes?
oh my god, I can't stand this outfit.
Well,
Or they go to Dumper's Depot and it's like, this doesn't go with my dog anymore.
Mhm.
And they just toss it.
Just
And then you
toss
go to Dumper's Depot and pick up a new jacket. It's fantastic.
It'd be like popping tags, like
I wouldn't put it past Moon Collider. That their AI is pretty damn good. So I could see them doing it where, because Chris even said they're going to have a daily, activity that they do, and who's to say that you won't see them go in the shop, maybe dress store, and they come out in something different. That hey, they just bought an outfit, they put it on and came back out.
Looking like a pimp.
Bustahemo asked a good question. Are there going to be player-run shops? I haven't heard anything like that. I would love it if they did, because that would be fantastic. I mean, as far as you can start your own shipping business if you wanted, that would probably somehow tie into a store, but I don't know if you would run that store. It's kind of neat. That's neat theory. I never even thought about that, because in all the other games we've been playing, you could sort of do that sort of thing, but...
When Star Wars Galaxies was first kind of, thrown into my lap and people were like, oh my God, you need to play this.
They said it just
And I
like
was
that,
like,
too?
I don't know. I mean, can I do anything I want? And they're like, yes, you can do anything you want. I said, I want to run a shop. I want to be a bartender, like that guy in Mos Eisley, who Luke's kind of tugs on a six. I'll have one of those. I want to be that guy. I want to be a trafficker in information. I want people to come to me and say, hey, I'm looking for a pod, and I'm like, talk to that guy over there. That's this the kind of thing that I want to be able to do. And they said, you can totally do that. And then very shortly after people told me this, boom,
They took it away.
completely screwed it all
Yeah.
up. So I don't want to say a damn thing about the game anymore because I'm afraid it's going to jinx it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But yeah, see, I think people want to do that kind of obscure shit. Like, some people want to be the hotshot jock fighter pilot. Some people want to be the guy going out and doing mercenary missions. Somebody that wants to do
Businessman.
space trucking. But there are people that would absolutely love, like somebody just said in the audience there, Tommy Train just said, I would be running a junkyard ship mod store. What's wrong with that?
That was exactly my idea for Galaxies. Of course, it was already up and running and they couldn't do anything, but I was like, NPCs should carry very default stuff. But if you want specialized ship parts and stuff, those should only be sold by player-owned shops. The thing. And you better get there while the shop is open, because otherwise, there's not going to be anybody awake to sell you anything, or you're going to have to wake them up, or you're going to have to break in and steal it.
Yep.
I mean, that adds a tremendous amount of
Richness.
immersion to the game.
Yeah,
And
completely. And Cordofer wants to be a space EMT. Somebody a minute ago said they wanted to run a sex shop. Why not? Trendade, you could get a deal going with your friends who make those things.
Yeah, I could.
And
I
then
could.
Trendade, dog.
No.
Yeah, we're not going to talk.
Let's just-
My daughter is sitting right behind me right now. So we'll
let's
just.
move along.
All right, moving on.
Eco-fighters.
Let's see. One last. Yeah, lots of clothes to fill out the PE with. They'll go out to do modeling after the social module launches. I'm hoping too that I would like to see at least this over exaggeration maybe, but at least 50 to 100 different body types. Endomorphs, mesomorphs,
Ectomorphs,
necromorphs, yeah.
Well, you're also forgetting there's going to be people walking with cybernetic limbs and stuff from getting
wartime,
shot up and stuff, or like they said, people won't get scarred over time, and I don't know if they're going to add any aging effect per se. I'm pretty sure you would make your character either look older or younger, but at least it would show wear and tear on their body as they have gotten into maybe some firefights, or you got people who've lived very clean life and be like that guy from what's his name from Mass Effect, where his eyes were modded and everything, but he's a real businessman.
Yeah, Trendade, real quick, the lore. What does it say about slavery? There is some slavery. Yeah.
Yeah, like we were talking about in the Stanton system, it's frowned upon, but the UEE doesn't really do much to try and stop it because Drake is too beneficial.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, quick poll, real quick. Do you guys want to own your own shop in Star Citizen? Go ahead and answer that, and let's get started with Q&A time. We're going to get started also with a giveaway shortly. If you guys have any questions to ask us, type in !question, and it will take you to the form, FORM, that you can fill out and just ask the question.
Hey, Domo.
Yeah, what's up, sir?
There's one thing though before we go. Did you still have the picture of the new Holo deck that they showed?
Well, I was going to do that at the end.
Okay.
But we can do it now if you want. That's fine.
No.
No, it's cool. Give me a moment. I'll open it up here.
I just thought it was cool. I think that's so much better than what they currently
Yeah, let's
have.
talk about that real quick. We'll do
Somebody
this.
mentioned that the freelancer looks angry.
Freelancer looks angry. I don't know. When I see, you got the freelancer Max. So it's like every time I see that, it's like I like big butts and I cannot.
See, I think of the Matrix 2. I think when they're flying back to Zion. And Captain Niobe's fine. She's got a fat ass. That's exactly what I think of every time I see it.
So, this is the new Holo table. Let's see if I can get these bigger here. Oh, come on with the ads.
Got
Is that
the meds.
Why did you pop these things out? Oh, well. I'll just show you guys. You get to look at the ads, too. Why not? All right, here we go. Oh, go back. What the hell just happened? I just had them.
I don't know.
Oh, son of a... Okay, here we go. Yeah, so here's the new Holo table. I'm sorry I can't make it any bigger here. But yeah, here's basically the Holo table. This it's totally been redone. No more of the vertical sort of thing. Everything's horizontal. You can switch between your ships. And then you'll be able to open up the ship, and inside there you can go to your weapons.
He's a pilot. No.
Yeah. You can drag the items on and off a lot better. I mean, remember that the original Holo table was sort of thrown together last minute by one of the designers. He said, "Hey, look, Chris, I've been working on this kind of thing." And he's like, "Oh, wow, that's great. Put it in the game." And it wasn't ready at all.
The most important thing to me here, the best thing I see on these screenshots, is loadouts.
Right.
You get more than one loadout and it saves.
Let's save the loadout.
I mean, I'm sure we've all sat there, gone in Arena Commander, spent 10 minutes putting guns on our ships. It's crashed.
It crashes.
Then we start again.
Go all the way back through again. Absolutely. I hate that.
Yes. Finally, this will add convenience. Finally, that's why a lot of times I don't stream me playing Star Citizen, because it takes so long to load. Because every time, like you said, it drops out and you're just like,
thanks, Biogen.
fuck.
I did say today.
Pixel Fodder is correct, by the way. This is concept.
It is concept art.
It is concept, yeah.
We shouldn't get all worked up over it, but still, it's nice. It's sexy concept art, and I don't think anything they're showing here would be too undoable, right?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like something that we do. But if they do the system like they're doing here, I mean, I'm hoping that it links in the future to some web front end or mobile app, because I see the Mobi being, you can use it on a tablet to do this sort of thing in the future when the game's out. Using it, if you know what I mean, and it all saves website, right? So
right.
it's going to have a way in, eventually you can do it out of game. But how does look in there? You can probably have something looking similar to that on an iPad or a tablet and fiddle around with them, just drag and drop. That'd be
Yeah,
pretty
that's
awesome.
cool. That's a neat idea. I didn't even think about that by doing it on tablet. Well, especially
They're going to probably use that
They've
sort of
changed.
stuff around too.
Rainbow says this is already outdated. Okay. I didn't know that.
they
Yeah,
have
I mean, it's
changed
just a
it.
concept for us giving an
Oh,
idea
yeah.
of what it could look like. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It shows
anyway,
it going
that
in the right direction.
yeah, that's still,
Yeah, that's all
even
we
if
care
it-
about is that they're getting rid of that ridiculous table that all of us hate. But
That lags the hanger as soon as you hit that F button.
once again, they really should have an external room that doesn't load your ships. It just you go to this little room and it's got that table. You set up your thing and then you walk into your hangar and then it loads the hangar when you do that, so that it's not loading everything at once, which is what's taking so long.
Yeah, I mean, it'll happen once we get to beta. They'll start optimization, won't it? And things will get quicker. But until then, we're gonna suffer it.
Yeah, because they're going to add that feature where the freaking ships roll underground, and here comes your other ship.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, let's move on to the Q&A time. What are you laughing at?
I just love how you say that.
Question number
44.
44.
Yeah, we can do 44. Yeah.
Where does it start? Does it start at 44?
Yeah, he
I
starts
don't
at
know.
44. Yeah, but I'm just let's do the text wrapping on this. Make it a little easier. How do you feel about the living quarters size-wise in the game? Personally, I feel it's only the Mustang Beta that has some reasonable size for one person. This is from Drescher.
Well, I mean, you're talking about the living quarters in the ships, right?
Yeah,
you-
but the Mustang has no living quarters, so I guess that's
Well,
I was gonna say. It's,
Well, you got to think about that. I think the only benefit of having the living quarters is is actually like your save. You know, Chris said that's like your save zone basically. If you're going to exit out of the game, you go and lie in your bed, and boom, you know that's your out zone. I don't know if the feature does it differently if your ship does not have a bed. You know, I mean, you know, I just, you know, it's just an extra flair that they added in the bedding, and you know, and even Chris said, you know, furthermore, some of those objects like the coffee maker and stuff, you're going to be able to drink coffee and stuff. It's not going to add you any real benefit. Maybe keep you more alert a little bit, but it's like very minute stuff that's going to do for you.
What was the new ship that they put in? The new swag item? It's
Gladius.
Gladius, a brain fart. All right, I'm giving away one
so
of
many
those.
brain beans.
Yeah, exactly. Brain beans.
Otis farts.
Otis farts in my brain. All right, hold on. I'm gonna start this up and start. Okay, guys, type in exclamation point gimme if you want. We'll do the giveaway in about 10-15 minutes. All right, moving on. Number next question.
From Jerusalem.
Oh, yeah,
What
you're
is
right. You're
that
supposed to be
lovely
reading.
tie, Clifford.
I already said that's a Hatsune Miku's tie. That's what she wears.
Does she
That's
now?
what she wears, and yeah, that's what she wears in all her deals. See, tie.
It looks just like it.
Yep. It's actually.
Where's
it's
your
actually
hair?
From Krypton. Huh?
Where's your hair?
Actually, I'm actually ordering a hat that actually you can wear, and it has the hair like it's a plushy hat, like the crab hat. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
If you guys have any questions, please type in exclamation point question, and it takes you to bit.ly/StarCast. It's a forum we have now, guys, because it's easy. See, now we have spam going by. You don't see it on this chat in the screen because I have a spam filter, but
All I see is gimme, 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 gimme.
I'm thinking of
gimme.
the Black Flag song. Gimme, gimme, gimme. I need some more.
See, what I want to see Twitch do is for things like, well, no, because they don't endorse or blah, 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 any of these giveaways.
Right.
I would love to see it possible to shunt things like this to a separate chat tab so that it doesn't get in the way.
You'd be amazed at what we're working on. But
Okay.
so if you guys notice that see how spammy, we can't see the questions now. So if you have any further questions, it would be best if you use the form, the bit.ly StarCast one, because we can see that question in there. But we can't see it now; it's gone by. Sorry, too.
So James Cutts basically asked the same question one time. Is that a Star Citizen tie that Clifford's wearing? No, we just addressed that.
It's a
So
Miku tie.
next question after that, from Cooper Black, do you think we'll get another speed increase once double precision is implemented?
Yes.
That
Well,
sounds
yeah,
good.
it's gonna add in that jump deal that they showed. What was it called? The quantum.
Quantum travel.
Yeah, quantum travel. And then multi cruise ships.
I get the feeling that you're kind of eager for that.
Yes. Because I want to see my pet pug just all of a sudden his face goes stretch out and sling back.
It's not a Gladius giveaway. It's a Gladius swag item giveaway. I'm giving away a little squeaky toy for your hanger.
That you should not give to your dog.
Don't give it to your dog. Yeah, there's going to be many speed increases. I think that's definitely going to happen. It just needs a little bit more time.
Huh. And now I find myself wondering if pugs ever do go in the game, we'd be able to buy the little squeaky toy for them, and you can throw it around your hanger, and they'll go chasing it all over the place.
With rocket
And
packs.
if you've got a huge hanger
Mm-hmm.
that you put it in like a t-shirt cannon thing, and you just launch it, and your dog, you never see him again.
That would be
Does he
fantastic.
run off to the other end of creation to go get this damn squeaky toy?
Might give you a chance to get away from them, but bugs aren't bad. You don't have to.
And so this next one is from Cyberwolf, the real one. Why do I get the feeling that there's like a Cyberwolf fight going on?
I think most people putting in there that these questions are from Cyberwolf.
In the next SatCast, will you also dress as the village people for the sex over the phone Q&A?
Possibly.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
I will dress like the village person who dresses like me.
That's the Trendane one.
That is the Trendane one. He's the sixth village person you never see. From Geekdomo. Is this method not open to Twitch name abuse?
No, I think it's
No?
fine because I wrote that.
Oh. Okay. From Jirusin, who can't spell his own name because he left the R out of it. Are you going to play the PTU this weekend?
What?
The PTU, the Public Test University.
Oh,
It's
no.
due today.
Probably
I'm looking
not.
forward to it. I didn't the last one, but this one I'm looking forward to because I'm looking to because I think Ben was hinting that this one they're going to try to have it so that if you use the PTU, all the Voyager Direct items are going to be free on the PTU. So if it's true, we can test the shields and the guns without paying real money for them. So I'll try it if that's the case, for sure.
Nice.
I want a ship full of Panthers.
Oh, the guns. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was
Not
having
a big
this vision of a
keys.
bunch of brothers mauling on
Bob
by.
trying to fly to. Occasionally, he pulls out his laser pistol, bang over his shoulder, just drives them all back to the back of the cargo hold. Anyway, from Clifford, aka Miku, do you think I spend too much on starships?
I don't care anymore.
And why did you ask?
I
I
don't
think
know.
somebody's
I didn't write
putting
that.
false names in the form. I think somebody might not be putting their real names in
I
there.
tell you what, though.
Hmm.
To answer that question, though, I told Bod. I don't know if I told Bod, but like they put out the APB for people in the UK. Hey, come to Manchester office, take pictures, and we'll mocap you for Star Citizen. I'm going to put a question to Mr. Chris Roberts on Tim for the Chairman. I would, I am willing to, or would you be willing to put up a pledge deal for people over here in the U.S. to pledge to be able to get mocapped? Because I would pay $1,000 to be mocapped for Star Citizen. I would.
I would pay them $1,000 not to mocap me.
I definitely want to get mocapped for Star Citizen. I would love it. I just like that shit, though.
Okay, so how about this? What if I get a really crappy camera, okay, and I just come over there and promise to just photograph your naked body incredibly close up? Will you pay me $5,000 for that? Next question.
It might not end up in the game, but it'll end up on a computer somewhere.
And then that horrible thing, like when people really shittily crop together a panorama, and like some of the pictures are. From Tommy Train, interested in hearing your opinions on the Herald Symmetry as base model.
I don't like it.
You don't like it? Okay, that's a good opinion. I have
like
no
it.
opinion.
I prefer the
Sort of
original
off-centered,
design.
cocky duty one, not cocky, cockeyed one. Cocky.
I mean, it's not bad.
That's such a
but I prefer
cocky
the-
duty.
what I can't wait is
Thank you, Annie.
the Herald. The Herald is my perfect, because seeing the satellite dishes, all I can do is every time I see that thing, I can't wait to custom Miku color it, because it'll have like the dishes on it and everything, and she's a Vocaloid music. I'm going to be broadcasting her through the verse. That's what I'm going to use it for.
Mm.
I
All right.
suspect somebody's going to make big Mickey Mouse ears on them, and
Why not, right?
from Cyberwolf74, who apparently is not the real one. Now that CIG has shown how the shields will work, can you tell us which? No. Oh, sorry. Can you tell us which shields would work best for pirating, racing, and combat? CIG gave us those snow globes of 4 ships. Oh, you put all your questions in one form, didn't you?
He did. That's Cyberwolf right there for you.
Uh-huh. Let's address the first one. Which shield do you think would be best for pirating, racing, and combat?
Because I have no idea yet. I haven't really dug in deep to the shields.
I've looked at the shields they put on the store, but I've not studied that post in that aspect.
Okay.
But the ones they got on the store obviously are going to be be only good for combat because they're
Yeah,
combat shields.
Yeah, I thought they had put a post out that goes in depth.
They did a big a deep dive post, which is about 50 pages long, and I looked at all the pictures. There's too much text. I the other day. I actually mentioned this the other day when I was streaming Star Citizen. I think it was on Monday when this post was looking at this post, and I was discussing how we could get Trendane to read these to us.
See, somebody asked me that.
Oh God, yes.
Somebody asked me that on the forums, and they said, they put the links to both of those articles in my Galactic Guide entry thread, and they said, "Are you going to narrate?" They said, "I'd love it if you narrate these." And I looked at the things, and I was like, "No, this is not lore."
What if we paid you to start narrating this stuff? I would pay him to narrate this just so I could listen to it.
Why?
To hear your dulcet tones.
Because
Read, read.
Have you ever heard of Audible?
Yes.
Okay,
then. He has
all
books
the
on
audio
Audible.
books I do are through Audible.
Well, they do manuals and stuff like that through Audible also. Okay, come on, Trendane, help us out, man. I know people would probably donate to you just to get you to do something like that.
It's because we're lazy.
Because we're lazy.
That's
Too much
not,
text.
okay, wait. That's not really
And
my
plus, your
problem.
voice makes me moist, so I mean, no.
Okay.
I mean, as a backup, I'll have to get my voice attack to read it to me. That would work too, maybe.
The main reason, in truth, the main reason why I'm hesitant to do anything that's not lore. We have enough of a problem with lore kind of being little subtle details of it being changed. Suddenly the Idris aren't corvettes anymore. Now they're frigates. So the lore that I recorded for that is no longer quite accurate. I would have to go back and change that. We have seen how much the data for the ships changed. I mean, Domo, when you were the first video I ever saw by you was you reading out the data on all the ships. That was 2 years ago.
It was so
and
wrong.
within a week, it was all out of date.
People still bitch about it too. They're like, "You don't realize this is not a TR5 mount anymore."
It would be the same thing for me narrating this stuff, because it would change within God knows how long. And are you going to pay me every single time I redo the recording?
Clifford
because
says yes.
If you're going to pay me,
You're on
I
retainer.
would make you pay me to redo it. It's just
You're on retainer, Trendane.
But Bod made a good point though. I didn't even think about utilizing the program, like you said, the voice attack, using Ivana just to copy and paste the text in there and just hit play. And let her read it.
Trendane. One of the places I bought my voices from for our voice attack had a feature where for enough money they would turn your voice into one of their voice profiles that you could have for yourself to use or whatever. I don't remember how much it was or what was all involved, but there you go, Clifford. You could figure out a way to get Trendane's voice into a text to speech, and then you could use it across all sorts of things.
Can you shoot me the info?
I'll have to find it. It was like I'm looking at like 5 different ones, and it was one of them.
Shoot him.
Just shoot him anyway.
Yeah. If you can find that, yes, I would do whatever it says in the website to pay Trendane to get it done. Whatever, that would be awesome.
The part of that worries me is well, not worries me, but that I subsequently question is, from what you said, Domo, is that it becomes a text to speech thing for you. It doesn't sound like it's going to be something that's then going to be sold on the site. Or
It might not be sold unless you. I mean, I don't think most people wouldn't probably want their voice on the site. What it's for, I think, is say Steve Jobs wanted to have a text to speech of his own voice for.
Steve Jobs wanted to have a text. Oh, you don't mean say it? Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so he's dead now, and wouldn't it be nice if we could have instead of having Siri, it could be Steve reading us those kind of things.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it'd be kind of neat. So I think that's kind of what it's for, is for your own personal use, commercially, even if you wanted to. But it's they do it like that.
How do I feel about being marginalized?
I don't think it would have the same inflections, of course. It would sound very robotic, but then we could use you in voice attack for all kinds of fun stuff. You could say things that you probably don't even want to say.
You can get trending to say all sorts of things.
But I don't think it would bother trending, actually.
It could if people started taking it seriously.
Yeah, true. Trendane probably says, "I like women and breasts." See? Then it'd be like, "Damn it, that wasn't me."
Oh,
I did not say that.
Cooper Black makes a good point. I would love that, dude. That would be perfect.
What?
Perfect. He said if you could get Trendane's voice on the computer, you could probably have your pug in-game speak with Trendane's voice.
Now, see, this is the part that's scaring Trendane. He's like,
Black.
I don't want to be a pug voice.
Unless your pug sounds like James Earl Jones. That could be kind of cool.
But I could just
Dude, I want Samuel L. Jackson reading my voice for my pug.
I could just so see that pug eating something and then it looks up and speaks it with Trendane's voice. Are you really going to feed me this shit? It'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
I love it.
I would very much like Kobe beef this evening.
It might be in the acapella. Thanks, guys. Thanks for helping me. If you send me a message if you find one that actually said it, because we'll send it over to Clifford so he can blow all his money on it. All right. Next question.
Do we want to just go through all of Cyberwolf's questions, or we want to go with somebody else?
Well, we should probably just grab one more of his and we'll move on, because there are actually more questions are popping in.
We'll go with the next question on the list then. CIG gave us the snow globes of 4 ships. Which ship would you like to have next?
Javelin.
Banu Merchantman.
I would like a Vandul King ship that's like breaking out of the either side of the
globe, and it's leaking.
The snow globe is the same size, but the King ship
wow.
is just shattering out of either side of it. I think
That'd be cool. Okay, he wins on this one. Trendane's idea is the best.
And have it leaking the water out and everything, because it just destroyed the globe.
But it's all a hologram, so it just continuously does it.
Yeah, that's cool. That would be awesome.
Belly rest, motherfucker!
Yeah.
Do you give them?
You always have the best creative ideas, Trendane.
No, not really. No, some of them are very disturbing. Next question from Berserker. What do you think of the announcement system? Excuse me, the attachment system announcement with the grappling attachment?
I like
he's
it.
talking
I don't
about
think I even
Landmark.
saw that one. What's that?
Yeah, it's that pic that I showed you, Geekdomo, that Sandy posted. It was the grappling gun.
Oh, let me go find it.
Yeah, it's the grapple gun. It's like a grapple attachment deal. I think it's neat. But also, Trendane made a good point when I was talking about the grapple gun, that if you're speeding in 0 G, no gravity, you're speeding towards an object and you can't slow down unless, I guess, maybe you have jets on your suit or something. But I doubt that, because this is FPS and you're inside a facility, so you're probably going to crash into a wall unless they put a motion where you actually try and stop yourself.
Or what if you're drifting past something in 0 G and you fire off at it, and you are drifting past it this way. You fire off your thing. You are going to start to wrap around this thing, and eventually come back and just smack right into it. Could be kind of cool.
Sandy just posted a picture of the new battle arena.
It does not look like a battle arena looking at that picture.
Let me go look. He's on
that
Facebook,
looks like
I
the
suppose.
Arclight laser pistol.
No.
Yeah, but I think it has the attachment to it. Grapple mod
beam
attachment.
emitter.
See it? Yeah. It's really cool.
Yeah, I'm looking for. Oh, here it is. Entering the battle arena. Oh my God, that's even got the same circular door from Ender's Game. Are they just saying fuck it? We're just gonna copy Ender's Game.
Why not?
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
I guess they're flattering all over their faces.
Well, I mean, in Japan culture, that's highly regarded. Dodanshi and stuff like that is highly regarded. as like.
Oh, you
the Ultimate
serious?
Fighter.
So I never had to get rid of my original geekdomo because I was copying the Domokun. I think they were going to sue me, Cliffy.
I don't know. Sometimes they, because that's when you go to anime conventions, they have all kinds of dodanshi and stuff. I mean, it's the biggest form of flattery. A lot of them, and a lot of them pick up on it and actually use it in some of their stuff. Like that picture I showed you a minute ago, Domo. Not to get off a tangent real quick, but that Snow Miku that was created by 2 artists, and it took off. Everybody loved it, and now it became a staple for Krypton Media to use that. Miku.
But it's one of those things where if you're ever going to steal some copyrighted material, if you're big enough, you can get away with it. If you're small enough, you're going to get screwed. If PewDiePie right now were to go play, some kind of Justin Bieber song, because they like each other a lot, I think, and they were to play, if he was playing, PewDiePie would not get a copyright strike on his video, whereas some other Justin Bieber fan probably would if they're smaller than PewDiePie. So it's kind of one of those things. Is like once you get big enough, you can get away with this kind of shit because they go, "Oh, you're actually promoting me, not stealing." There's like a tipping point where it turns from promotion into theft. If you're small, it's theft. If it's big, you're promoting.
We had a saying back in the 80s when everybody was sampling stuff, and it was, I steal it from you, it's sampling. You steal it from me, it's plagiarism.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
How do you?
What?
How do you feel? Sorry, I was going to the next question.
Yeah, go by all means.
Okay. How do you feel about the rental system for Arena Commander?
You can rent the other ships.
Cool. It kind of leans into something that I was saying. Somebody was asking me, what are the major, right now, what do I see as the major differences between Elite Dangerous and Star Citizen? And one of my things was that in Star Citizen, you would be able to go to a spaceship dealer and do a test flight, of a ship to see if you want to buy it. In Elite Dangerous, you have to buy the ship.
And then you figure out, I can't fit it out the door.
Oh, I hate this thing.
Yeah. That happened with me with the Anaconda. It was so damn big, I couldn't fit it out the door because I was terrible at flying at that point. But yeah, you're right. I kind of like that. I think it's okay. What do you guys think, Bod and Clifford?
I think it's great. I mean, and plus they're going to implement a lot of that testing, in Marine Commander anyways when the PU comes out because, that's going to be your test bed to, do mock battles and stuff like that or mock simulations with your friends and orgs.
Yeah.
So it's just, I think it's just basically come to a standard we expect.
Yeah, we should know more about it as well later today when they give us our post about the credit system. Maybe they'll put some details in about how the rental's going to work because it ties in with that, doesn't it? But it'll be good, especially for people that don't have many ships and want to try ships before they buy. You can mess around and.
Famba just said, "Yeah, test flight before buying." I don't know why I thought it said fleshlight before buying. I read that completely wrong.
Yeah, I think you did.
Hi, guys. 5 more minutes. We're doing the giveaway for this particular swag item. I'm giving away a Gladius swag item for your hanger, the little one that goes in your hanger rack thingy. Not the full-size Gladius. Okay.
From Jerusalem, cake or death?
Cake, please.
Cake.
We're coming up on Fat Tuesday and Mardi Gras. King cake.
Oh, yeah. King cake. Don't eat the baby.
I don't know what king cake is.
What?
Get out.
Oh
Leave
my
this
God!
house.
Yeah, don't know you, Domo.
Well, we are. You and I being from Texas, we're a little bit closer to Louisiana and Mardi Gras, so
Dude, it's the most wonderful cake you will ever eat.
that's not necessarily true.
Almost.
But it's very good, and there's usually a little baby, plastic baby in the cake somewhere. Don't eat that baby. Just okay. Bye, Geekdomo.
Oh, you laughed.
From Bod.
Would anybody even notice?
Yeah, we did actually. From here we go. Matt Star 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. When the PU is released, I've heard Arena Commander is going to become like a game within a game, and matches will be shown on TV in the game. Do you think it will be possible to bet on these matches, which is something we kind of addressed earlier?
They better change the shit up. Because okay, so you're in your freelancer, sitting at your seat, and I got a couple screens here, and one of the screens is the arena commander. I mean, it's not going to be like big. So all you're seeing is like the look of a cockpit flying around. It could be just on a loop. It could just be made up. It doesn't actually have to be live. So if unless they do some kind of like esports out of it, where they've got different shots of like the two ships coming together and then like passing each other with sort of cutaways and things like that, I don't think it'd be very exciting to watch at all.
As long as they're doing it not with real world money, which as soon as people take it out of the game and start placing bets outside of anything that CIG has any control over, I mean, because you're going to have net lag no matter what you're doing. You're going to have people who are a few seconds ahead of everyone else in basically simulcast kind of thing, you know. And while I would love to see an esports thing, they could probably, I don't think there's any way that they could endorse, that CIG could endorse actual betting for actual money. I think it's just opening themselves up to a huge problem. Racing for pinks, basically, you know, it's like, okay, you win this race, you get my freelancer. That's a little different because that's an in lore or in system thing, and I don't know, they got to be very, very careful how they deal with it.
Yeah,
very.
All right, let's go ahead and do this giveaway for this one, and we'll do another one right afterwards. Okay, here we go. No longer accepting entries. Here we go.
Give a team.
The winner is Red Snare. You have 1 minute, Red Snare, to type in exclamation point clam.
Clam.
Not clam, claim.
My head's in the gutter.
You're bad. You're very horny.
You really need to get it out of there because you're blocking my Periscope, man. It's just...
I'm sorry. I don't know. I get all flustered.
No, not whoop holy balls. No, Red Snare, not whoop holy balls. Claim.
Exclamation point claim.
Claim. You have now 30 seconds to type that in, Red Snare. Do the claim, Red Snare.
Come on, Red. Type it. Come on.
He's like, holy balls!
Come on. Type exclamation point.
20
claim.
seconds.
Oh my God. Come on.
He's going to lose it. He's going to lose it. He's up in his room right now. I see him dancing in a circle, slapping his head and rubbing his belly. I never win anything. Okay, great. So you're not going to win this one either, Red Snare. There he goes. Jesus Christ, he had like 3 seconds.
Holy shit.
Okay. So Red Snare, what I need, it says here to send me your message in Twitch with your Steam. It's not, I don't need your Steam email. I need your RSI email, please. Your RSI email. All right, go ahead and ask the next question. I'll get the next one set up.
Are you guys worried about your popularity working against you in StarCast?
What?
I mean, sorry. It's from Comoreste87. Okay. Are you guys worried about your popularity working against you in Star Citizen? Like people trying to hunt you down or stream sniping? Or are you more confident that your fans will come to your aid when you're under attack?
My character in the game is going to be called Mr. Fluffy Nuts. And you won't know it's me because I'm going to change it.
We will.
Well, now you will.
Okay.
My ship is going to be like fluorescent orange.
My character is from Saisei, you know, in the Centauri system. The Centauri system is right on the edge of Vandal space. I did not realize this when I decided that's where he was going to be from. So any chance of my character getting out into unexplored space, possibly quite dangerous. So he may not even live long enough for anyone to stream snipe me.
Yeah, really.
Snipe.
I'm not worried.
All right, exclamation point, Gladius.
And I'm not.
I'm not worried because of the silent affiliates I have. So I'm not worried at all.
Mm-hmm. All right, before we move on, can we talk real quick about orgs?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, because you just kind of mentioned you got an org that's going to protect you, Cliffy, right?
Well, he said associates.
Yes. Associates. What do you guys think that some of these larger orgs might possibly be sort of swaying Mr. Chris Roberts with requests for things?
Well, I think that, you know, I mean, as a large collection of fans, I think that maybe their voice might carry a bit more weight. that you've got a huge group of people with a common interest, I think he probably gives it a little bit more consideration than possibly one person saying, I want to be able to dress as a nun.
Well, no, that's fine. Yeah.
But I mean, it is Chris's vision of his game, but there are so many other people involved, some of whom are acting, I would presume, as kind of gating mechanisms to say, no, kind of thing. We don't want to do that. So maybe an initial sway of, could we do that? But I don't believe that they're, influencing finalized decisions. No.
I just put the poll up. What do you guys think? Do you think large orgs sway the upper management of the game? So, what do you guys think, Cliffy and Bod?
I don't think if it does sway them, it's minute, probably quality of life things, not really, things that would give them an edge versus anybody else.
I'm looking at it more like they're like lobbyists in a way. You work in the oil industry, Clifford, and the oil industry has a huge group of lobbyists that go to Washington.
Yeah, we have our company has our own.
You probably have your own lobbyists that
yeah,
grease,
we do.
grease
We
pockets.
have our own group that we pay to go do what we want.
Yeah.
So it's not unheard of. It's not uncommon.
Right. So do you think Christ Roberts is immune from this because of his holiness, or is he more holy than that, where he can defend himself against the dollar bill, y'all?
I think he, I think he's immune to it. He'll, like you said, like Trendane said, he'll take it under consideration. But Christ Roberts is unswayed by his faith in the Almighty.
Dollar?
No, the Almighty vision.
The vision, right?
Yeah, the vision that he has. I mean, the picture says it all in your Twitch chat, and he is the Messiah that will lead us to the promised land of space sims.
You're gonna worry some people, Clifford, because I totally know you're serious, but most people might think you're serious.
I'm super serial. Thanks for asking.
I can't make it.
But no, really, I don't. As much money as I spent, he was just like, when I first actually got to have a conversation with him, he was just like, he said, "Damn," he was like straight up. He's like, "No, you don't have to pledge that much money. No, he said that's great and everything, but he's already got his vision of what he wants to do, and he's not going to. Yeah, great. I'll shake your hand. Great, you've done it, but you did it because of the vision we set out, not for what you think we would give you. So,
all right, well, that's a good point, Clifford. Just from yourself, let's just use you as an example. In recently, with my own history, I'll just say this, that in the past, I've had people that have donated to me, and they have sort of expected that I would kowtow to their wants and needs because they gave me $50 or $100 or something like that. You have donated tens of thousands of dollars to Star Citizen. Do you expect something? Do you expect that they would listen to you if you had a suggestion? Would it bother you if they just said, go away, kid, we don't want to talk to you right now?
No, I mean, if I had a suggestion, and they consider it, that's all I would want them to do. I don't expect anything, and that's just my personality. I would think that my consideration, they would actually take a look at it, but it wouldn't really have any weight to it at all. I would, one way or the other, I'm happy with it. Because for me, the amount that I put into Star Citizen is because of the hope and the original pledge that he said on that first video of what his dream was, to bring space sims back to what they once were. And he's doing that, and that's all I want.
Okay. All right. Well, that's just something I just want to throw in there real quick. Okay. I guess we can move on to our other questions.
So, next question is from James Cutts. Landing mechanics. They better work. Not a question. However.
Statement.
Ooh, I like what they said about it, though. They talked about the 3 different modes of landing. Automated, semi-automated, and then full out. If you fuck up, you're going to fuck up method.
It's like that scene in Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, I mean, I can see, and that's, people who want to pay the money for the full automated, don't want to scratch up my shit, which I would want to buy that type of system for like the 890 jump or something large that would, be docking with something. But like the smaller ships, you might want to buy the semi docking one where it just kind of helps balance you out, but that's all it does. It doesn't really, automatically bounce you out and land you. It helps bounce it. And then the other one is you're full on doing the thrusters, adjusting your systems, everything to land.
Stop. Big Type Epico just said something that I never thought of.
The difference between left and right?
No. Bod looks just like Peter Capaldi. Are you okay, Trinidad? You look like you're dying.
I'm joking. It's okay.
Are you seriously? Are you all right? Do you want to take a break for a second? Hop up.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'll just mute my mic and continue to choke again.
Is it like you got something down the wrong pipe?
Possibly. It feels like it could be a
a
baby kangaroo
Kicking at your throat.
crawling down me. That's what I get for eating Australian food. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. We were talking about Peter Capaldi.
Yeah. Never knew that. Okay, moving on. Want me to read the next one while you're dying over here?
No, I got it.
All right.
From Fighter 199.
They said you've choked plenty before. How do you know, Cooper?
From Fighter 199. Do you think that the weight of your cargo will factor into the damage when you ram into someone else? Very interesting, because you would be increasing the mass of your ship. So that is an interesting question.
Yeah, it's true. I'm sure they've figured out all these physics. Like,
well, I don't think they might not have thought about it that far yet.
But
that is a good question.
It is a great question, and I've been playing a lot of Kerbal lately, and Kerbal on the surface looks like such a very simple game, but it has such real physics involved that just tripped my shit.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, but I'm getting better. I got into orbit today.
I was watching you trying to get to the moon, and you were saying, "Why can't I just grab this?" And I'm like, "Because by the time you get over there, it's too late to make any adjustments. You need these tiny little things,
physics and stuff."
Yeah.
And so, I think that they probably are thinking that through, at least in this game. I mean, that seems to be a big focus, that they want this fidelity, and if that was what happens, the two ships get together and it changes the way why not?
I think the cases where you're going to have a ship full of cargo that you are planning to ram someone with it is going to be very, very rare.
Unless you're just going apeshit crazy and you're like, fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah. Maybe that's what Lynch fever is that Sandy was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
All this volatile bomb shit, I'm fixing to ram you in and making it an even bigger explosion.
Exactly. Fuck your shields.
Yeah. They may absorb some of the kinetic energy, but I promise you, a fully loaded freelancer against your M50, I'm going through you. My cockpit will be caved in and I'll be dead, but I'm going through you. Okay. From Jerry Lopez. Now with VAT going out for sales such as next week's Orion, will you maybe use the gray market? No. If you're in a country that will be much less, I presume, less expensive for a ship. It just says that will be much expensive, or maybe that it will be very expensive if you're buying a ship.
I guess he meant more expensive, of course.
Yeah. Probably.
Mercenary Thorm actually has a force of impact emote. I'm not. Sometimes I think I'm geeky, like super geeky, and then sometimes I think I'm just like a pale in comparison to these guys.
I know if I wanted to get the Orion, I mean it's 20% for me. So if the Orion's 350, it will cost me 420.
Oh,
with the 20%.
Shit.
So, I mean, I wouldn't get it from the grey market, but I would, if I wanted it, I would find someone that isn't in the area to get it for me and give them the money.
Yeah, that's what.
What I've been thinking about this ship, though.
You're just admitting that right now. You realize that the British government are watching this show, and they are saying
they should not be taxing this in the first place.
Well,
no taxation without representation. Go get some tea.
That's our country.
Oh, that's right.
Well, it's like Bob was saying. Me and Shan had the exact same conversation that we were talking about over there in Australia. I don't think they have to pay any of that stuff. For that, if I were to say send him PayPal money, he buys a ship, gifts it back to me. There you go. Yeah. You don't have to go integrate, and it's not cheating. It's not really. I guess cheating is just that.
That's a shitload of money from 350 to 420.
One of them bigger ships, yeah. So what I was thinking earlier on was that with this ship, this is the first new ship sale since they've introduced it.
Right.
This is going to be a good test for to see how
Well,
much
you're
the
not
grey
gonna.
market gets used.
Yeah, they're gonna have. People are gonna have to. I mean, that's
There's
some
gonna be a lot of
severe
people,
money right there.
And I've scanned the trade subreddit a few times, and there are people on there that are offering their middleman services like for a 10% fee, and even then, it's still, if I was to go to the grey market, give someone 10% on top to buy an Orion, I'm still saving $35.
Yeah.
So and they're making $35, and there are people offering that service on there, so I can see it getting used a lot.
Yeah, and even my taxes are still way lower than VATs. Mine's like, 8% in Texas or something like that, 7%.
That brings up a good point. You know, these middleman services are really going to take off.
Yeah, and that's what I'm picturing. And it's people that, you can do that with the normal ships, not just the limited ones. If someone wanted to buy a Constellation Taurus, even that, anyone can just pick one up on the store and just resell,
I'm putting up a
The
new poll real
StarCast
quick.
podcast does not endorse subverting your local government's taxation.
Yes, I say do. Get some
But they're
tea, chuck it in a river or a pond. Just get some tea and chuck it in a pond and say, "Fuck this."
But if I wanted someone to give me a gift and I sent them money for a different gift and we exchanged those gifts, then that's not avoiding anything.
Yeah, it is a gift. It's like, yeah, you're. Well, yes, you are. You're sort of like subverting the whole system. I put up a question, guys. Would you use a middleman service to evade taxes? Now, it doesn't. I don't know what country you're from, so this isn't going to get you busted or anything like that. But just would you do it? Like, if you could get away with it and not get caught, would you do it?
Oh, type
I mean,
yes. Fuck yeah.
I think some places are up to like 25%, I think, in VAT in certain parts of Europe.
Yeah, look at Admiral Big Mac says in Sweden it's 25%.
It's quite a lot.
It is.
I'm even thinking about the things like that Gladius model. It cost me $6 instead of $5. But when you look something like that, it's not big an issue. But look at like say
That's
say they put
20%
Idris back
more.
and I decided I wanted one.
Oh,
Holy
God.
shit!
Yeah, when you start thinking big shit, just think if they ever, because they did say they might bring back the Javelin next go around, but it'll still be limited. Just imagine how much that thing's gonna cost.
Yeah.
All right.
It'd give me opportunity to get another one.
It's 25% in Denmark as well. Holy
It could
balls.
be less people going in for it, Clifford. That could be a good thing.
I know that's it'd give me opportunity to maybe pick one up for somebody like you who missed out on it that really wanted it. It gives us more opportunities to get y'all the ships that y'all have wanted. Well, but also what's bad is I won't be able to gift it to you or give it to that person until the PU launches, and then you have to sell it in the.
All right. I'm sponsored by G2A, right? They're a middleman service, right? And people are kind of comfortable with using these kind of services now. There's sometimes it doesn't quite work out. But is there any site like that right now that is sort of acting as the middleman for this type of thing? Like, I knew there was one a while ago, but people really hated it, and it was kind of shady, so I think it kind of got knocked off. But
I think they should create one called RobinInTheHood.com.
Yeah. Robbing the Hood.
Yeah, I think the only place I just see stuff normally go on, and there's like a dedicated subreddit for trading, ship trading, and that's where I always see it go on. They got their own dedicated subreddit, Starseeds.
Yeah, subreddit. But I'm talking more of like a slick kind of website where you can.
I know the site you mean, but I never saw that take off.
I mean,
don't know if it's still there.
It's
Okay, somebody
like
who codes getting into that right now because you can make a lot of money.
Well, it's like that one website that I looked at before that I used to buy wild gold. I'm not afraid. I used to buy wild gold left and right. But basically, they had those
You
middlemen
did
who
what?
basically, yeah, all the time.
Never.
Domo, I spent about, when I looked at my books, the last one I quit, I've spent over about $14,000.
You got
What did you buy, Clifford?
Huh?
Did you buy
Gold,
some nice
just gold.
gems in the market? Maybe.
No, $100,000 a pop, 100,000 gold a pop in World of Warcraft.
Those Chinese kids need food.
Yes,
right?
they need food.
Someone's got.
They need some ramen noodles.
But the services that they do is basically they're the guaranteed middleman that you don't get fucked before you get handed the item, and then they get paid. They hold that money in the middle.
I mean, a lot of those services as well. You see services like that offer leveling services as well, which is a similar thing, isn't it? And I know what you mean.
I'm joking with you, Clifford. I used to do it every day. I would go to the freaking auction house and be like, "Damn it, I ain't got enough." Okay, $1.25 for 10,000 gold. Sure, why not? You know.
Actually, I'm going to sign in while y'all are talking. I'm going to sign in my old WoW deal, and I'll tell you how much exactly I spent.
You two-timing bitch.
Yeah.
Going to WoW while we're talking about Star Citizen?
Yeah. We do not talk about WoW. It's not a game that existed. Star Citizen is a WoW clone. We all know that.
Yes, that's true.
But okay. All right, continue.
From HHM Goes What, who also apparently can't spell his own name.
What?
What are you drinking, Trendane? Because it's supposed to be HMH. Anyway, I was drinking a chocolate wheat from Chocolate.
Oh, maybe you have celiac disease. That's what was causing you to
also
choke.
have a Winterbach and another chocolate and a Sunset Wheat and
Is it like a pack? Did you buy like a pack
another chocolate
that had like a flavor
and
thing?
a blonde Bach and another chocolate. So,
You drank all those already?
no. These are for when I'm on the base,
Which is right after this. Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody had a question. Actually, it's in the question. We'll just skip to that right now. We are not simulcasting on the base right now. Ricky got his kneecaps replaced. He had to put them on his elbows, and so he's not
and
been
they're cybernetic kneecaps. They cause interference between
right into his radio. So
we gotta find a copper mesh sleeve to act as a Faraday cage around his knees while we're doing the show, and we have to make one. It's horrible.
Next.
Oh, from Pappy Boington. Question. You don't have to put question when it's on the phone. Why does CIG not use the gamer's PaySafe or Ucash as a form for payment? In Europe, people that don't have access to credit cards can easily attain Ucash or PaySafe at a software store.
Don't they? I think there's a site out there, if I'm not mistaken, I could be completely wrong, that converts PayCash into PayPal. Isn't there? They take a little bit of a cut, but it does a conversion, I think. I could be wrong. That you can it does all conversions into PayPal for that exact reason.
And I would imagine that they take a cut out of it. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult for them to make money.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, most definitely.
From Berserker, should they offer FPS packages to the game instead of ship packages?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. We just that was from what you were talking about earlier. Your discussion that what if you don't want to play a PS but you don't want to buy a ship? I think so. Yeah. Sell it as a helmet that goes in your hangar, and then later on,
Why would you have a hangar?
Well, everyone has got a hangar, so you got a hangar room. Okay, maybe not the hangar.
Get a room.
Just a room.
Yeah, room. There you go.
You would have a locker room, basically.
That's a great idea. A locker room with a shower. Everyone gets naked.
They put up. I saw it in. You see the new room they put in the 1.01 at the top of the elevator. You just get that room.
Just that room.
Well, no, they could implement just a standardized hangar that's kind of open. It's just basically where you would go to lease just a random ship if you wanted to, but it'd be random like that. They could do that.
I mean, I could see something sort of like what you're talking about, Bon, but I would almost liken it, I guess, more towards Corbin Dallas's apartment in The Fifth Element. Where literally the back wall opens up and you can climb it, and it's like, okay, pick me up at such and such an address and we'll go to this op, or whatever. Or you can meet them at a certain location. It could be interesting.
Maybe they could just have a room which is just a target range.
Yeah.
But just with their pistols.
Oh, good point, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Blasphemous, old friend in the audience here. Very quiet gentleman named Blasphemous HD.
I haven't heard him.
What?
I haven't heard anything he said.
He's very quiet.
I don't hear him now.
If I ever bring him on a show, we will know he's there. Just saying it.
From Frankie76. Every month, CIG adds a new component in...
What the hell was that?
What?
Bod suddenly...
It's
all right.
That was Tweetbot.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm fucking around with you.
CIG adds a new component in Arena Commander. Missiles, shields. Don't you think it will end with too many parameters to manage for one person while in combat?
That does bother... Yeah, that concerns me. I'm thinking the level of complexity this game is getting to think about my shields need to have this thing and my guns have to have this thing and all these sort of like minor things you're adjusting. It's becoming where you're going to need a spreadsheet to keep track of it all. Right? What do you guys think?
They're going to have to
gonna
walk
be
that fine.
involved.
They're going to have to walk a fine line. I mean, you never know. It's kind of like the 3 stages of landing. They might have a deal where you can buy an automated system that kind of regulates it for you, makes it easier, user friendly, but you got to pay for it. And, you know, with UEC credits or whatever. That you can buy a subsystem that can, you know, be attached to your ship that would control a lot of that for you. Like if you want a one that's more geared for weapon weapon and energy management for dogfighting, you could buy that program or module to be put on your ship.
Well, yeah, you got presets. Dick Vlad says no, you have presets, but it's not just the presets. It's the minutia of all of the different things. You know, I'm playing Kerbal now, right? It's a simple game that has a lot of different things, and I have to get mods now that are helping me keep track of all the different parameters that are in each rocket.
But you're not using every single part available in your hangar at the same time. You customize your ship based on the mission that you're trying to accomplish. And I would imagine that's where the holo table comes in.
Mm-hmm.
You go in and you do a specific loadout for a specific mission. You go out, you do that mission. I mean, you have to plan ahead. It's okay, I know I'm going to be fighting Vandul, so I'm going to need this kind of shield emitter. I'm going to need this, I'm going to need this, I'm going to need this. You're not going to have all of your weapons on the thing at the same time. So I don't think that, I mean, there are going to be many options to select, but it's going to be in the hangar. You're ultimately going to load out your ship the way you need it and then go.
Mm.
So I think it'll be a little bit more manageable than people think.
Okay. I was just thinking, I get very confused in games pretty easily. You know, it's simpler to get like a game like the survival one I've been playing lately on the island. What's it called? See, can't remember the name of the Stranded Deep, right? That game I have no problem with. There's no UI. You just pick shit up and put it down. You know, I seem like they have no problem with those, but the games are really more complex. Like Elite Dangerous the other day just caused me to like lose my shit because it was just so much stuff to try to like. Where the hell am I? How come I can't find where I'm going?
I think it holds true that, you know, the dog kind of represents the owner. You know, I think you're just like Otis.
I am. Exactly. My eyes are going in different directions and everything.
You bug, and then you see it complicated, and you just automatically bug out.
They bug out. I'm like, fuck it. We go hump a wall. I don't care.
but I mean, you know, people should know we pretty much put ourselves up to asking for it. We've asked for it.
Yes, right. We keep telling Chris. We keep asking Chris every time we see him. Chris, do you think we could have it to where, you know, I have to count the rivets on my ship before I get in it because I'm nervous that that sounds like an excellent idea. I think you'll have to have as part of your checklist, count your rivets. You know, and like, okay, and so they just keep adding all this stuff over and over again.
It's just like Rathar Saris said in Galaxy Quest, to again go back to that. Do you think that the commander does not know every bolt, every weld in his ship? So, yeah, you should know it all.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Make it a quickie, because we actually have to do our giveaway and then do...
Well, we actually kind of already addressed it. It was from Zero Sin saying, do you think that they should make a body armor and weapon set for a pledge package, which kind of goes along with Berserker's question earlier about making FPS pledge packages. So, yeah. Mm. Okay, whatever you were going to say. Go ahead.
I was going to say it's time. It's time.
Okay, fine.
We're going to do this giveaway and then time to GTFO.
Yeah, because I got to go over to
the base. Okay, here we go. Citizen Ryoken! All right, let's go around the room real quick while we're waiting for him to claim it. You have a minute to claim it, Rukin, so go ahead. Cliffy, let's go. Clifford, where can people find you?
Clifford,
what do you do?
You can find me on Twitter under Clifford_Miku. You can find me on Twitch, Clifford_AKA_Miku, or you can find me on the YouTube, Clifford_Miku.
All right, he claimed it. Perfect. All right, Ryukin, send me a message here on Twitch with your your Star Citizen email address, please, so I can send you over a copy of the Gladius model. Go, Mr. Bod.
Bod699 all over the internet. I'm streaming every day. I'm going through my backlog at the moment. Tomorrow I'm finishing up Deponia 2, the second game.
What are you doing?
I've been playing through the Deponia series. I'm
really?
finishing the second game tomorrow. Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm trying to get some backlog out while it's quiet.
It's a good series.
Are we getting rated right now?
That would be funny.
It would.
don't think so.
Misusing sent me here. Well, hi, Misusing. Sorry, I'm just about ready to close up the shop.
Hello, cock and bum.
Hello, cock
Lovely
and bum.
to see you here.
We love a cock and bum.
No, I don't.
Hmm.
Unless it's mine.
Yeah. Yes, it'll be
My
going
turn?
up on YouTube. Yes, Trendane, go please.
My turn. Okay, I am trending everywhere on the net. Twitter, the Twitch, things, fucking Patreon, everywhere. So, and coming up here in a few minutes, I'm going to be on The Base for the Friday night show, and we're going to have the special guest, Kieran Alistair, who is the guy who did the Imagine trailer for Star Citizen. So, swing over there. And he and I have been doing some What's Your Story videos as well, which will be airing soon.
Awesome.
Yeah, it'll be kind of cool.
So it'll be very cool. All right, guys, I'm ready to get out here. I'm geekdomo here every day. You guys know me. But I'm doing Kerbal, as I've been talking about, and then I'm also thinking about checking out that new one that Cliffy just got me today. Maybe I'll try that tomorrow. What's it called?
God damn, it's that.
You bought it for me.
I don't know. It's the.
It was a long time ago.
Yes, the RTS with economy and spaceships and stuff like that.
Operation
Something
Overlord.
Trading company.
Yeah,
trading
Overmind.
company. Space trading company or something like that.
Over Schnizzle. Okay. Yes. So I will see you guys tomorrow. For those of you who are regulars on my channel, I moved my starting time back 2 hours, so I start at 8 and I go till 2. So if you're looking for me first thing in the morning, move it back a little bit. Thank you, everybody. I love your faces. Before we get out of here, we're gonna go raid a smaller Star Citizen stream because that's what we like to do. It's a lot of fun to go raid somebody. And I will try to have this up on YouTube ASAP for those who missed the first hour. I gotta go.
But if they're really desperate, they can also watch the VOD here on Twitch.
What
Yes.
was that one guy that was streaming ABC, Army ABC, I think it is. Yeah, Army 12 BC. He's got 2 viewers.
Perfect.
Oh, no, wait. He's doing Mass Effect right now.
Oh,
I
okay,
think,
never
though.
mind. We're looking for
Yeah.
Star Citizen people.
Yeah, look for Star Citizen.
Yeah, if you guys have anything you want to send, just send it to me here. Let's see. It's a small
Crazy Nugget? Who's...
Let's do Wugga. Yeah, let's do Wugga.
Yeah, I see Wooga.
He's got a cat. Hi, I'm new at this Assassin's Creed thing. Okay, here we go. Sorry, guys. Start again. There you guys go. We're going to go to Wugga Combatses and go over there and say, StarCast Raid! And we'll see you guys later. Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Be careless.
Be careless. And remember, it's nice to be important, but more important to be nice. See ya!